Hey guys, David D here from the Get a Clue Marketing Show live. This is our live edition, and hopefully you're going to see a lot of this in the future. And we started doing this on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know how this is going to come out um, because it is my first time. So I'm seeing a lot of other people that are bored and make just boring videos. So hopefully we're not going to be too bored, and hopefully we'll have a good quality video for you. And usually what I like to do is basically give somebody a lesson on marketing, entrepreneurship, a lot of different things like that people just don't have a clue on. That's what this show is all about, is giving you a clue on what to do about your marketing, your business, and things like that. Now, in this episode, we're talking about how to format your show. Let's say you have a blog and you want a written blog. You want to take it to the next level and go, whether it's live or whether it's recorded. But you want to take it to the next level and do, videos. Okay, so in mine, it's pretty simple. Again, I focus on marketing, entrepreneurship, small business. I talk about sales. I talk about advertising. I talk about, the social circles online, Facebook, YouTube, etc. But because I'll tell you something, I've been in business for a long time, since 1987. And I know for a lot of the millennials out there, that's very difficult to comprehend. It's like the 1960s for us. So anyway, that's when I got started in my business and so forth. So what I want to do is just share and give you that information so that you don't make the same mistakes that I do. When you learn from somebody else their mistakes and what not to do, you're going to go a whole lot faster. And in today's world, it's all about speed, okay? So anyway, back to the topic at hand. I don't have a lot of time, so I wanted to show you how I basically break up my show, okay? Now, one of the things that I like, because I'm analytical and I like stats and facts and things like that. So that's usually what I start out with is the facts and stats. Let's say it's about small businesses entering into the marketplace. It's someone bringing a product to market, So 80% of people think that it's a myth, that it won't work if you bring your product to market, stuff like that. And in fact, I did a recent show about, is that a myth, finding out whether or not people actually bring their products to market. Just for an example, for every 150 products that enter into the market, okay, there's only, like less than 3% that make $50 million in their first or second year, okay? So that's considered successful, by the way, but that's 3% of the top pick of 150 products that land on the shelf that are new, okay? So anyway, I thought people would like that fact and stat. So that's one of the first segment when I'm talking about the facts about business and bringing your product to market and things like that. Okay, you want to capture people's attention, obviously, with a headline and a good fact and stat. Okay, then we go on to the book market segment, and this is something like I'll share with people a bookmark, whether it's for graphics. You guys on my on Facebook, you probably can't see this, I'm not sure. YouTube, I got a different setting on there. I'm using OSB, or no, sorry, OBS encoder, which is a video encoder for YouTube. So hopefully it's streaming right now, because this is all to me. It's the software is free, so why not? Okay. Anyway, getting back to the book market segment, usually what I do is all the bookmarks that I've went through. In fact, I've got about 2,900 of them stored in my computer in my favorites, and every time I need to look something up. And some of these, I have just imported and exported these bookmarks since 1997 when I got in. When I got in the internet and stuff like that. So anyway, who knows? So what I like to do is take one of those bookmarks and share them in this segment here. Okay, so maybe it's an article, or maybe it's a video, etc. Whatever it is to help benefit you guys in your marketing, in your business. Okay, the next segment I do is the Ask Me segment, which I need a new name for that because it sounds too much like Ask Me segment. So I'm going to change that up, but this is basically, I get these questions that are sent, from email, comments, or basically, the forums, okay? So I like to share if it's a good question, I'll share it with the group. Okay, so that's what I like to do on that segment. See how I'm breaking it down? It's all one theme, and it's all different parts of a theme that you might want to know, and like this one here, the do-it-yourself. Now in this segment, sometimes I'll put it in the show, sometimes I'll just leave it alone as a separate video, and the reason for that is because it might go long, but I might show somebody how to do something cool. Like video editing, graphic design, advertising, things of that nature. Okay? Everything that I've learned over the years, I just like to put that in a do-it-yourself form so that you too can succeed and do that, okay? And share it forward. This is a segment I use part of the show where I take a bookmark. Again, it's similar to the book market, but if it's something that needs to motivate yourself, or you need to share it with a friend, then I would put like videos here, okay? It's a pass along. Let's just put it that way, a pass along. Okay? And then finally, at the end, I do a tip of the week, okay? And tip of the week could be anywhere from, don't walk on black ice, to don't take any wooden nickels, or, something about your business that's really cool, like, let's see. Use HTML in your email response. By now, you should be aware of autoresponders. I use Aweber, by the way, I use Aweber for that. And so this could be a tip that you can use, that people can go out and actually do a practical application for that, okay? So that's basically how I break down my show. Obviously, it's an evolving thing, okay? My studio here used to be in a garage, and hopefully later on, if you guys write in the comments, I'll send you some pictures or an actual video that I took right here before it was a studio. It was actually in my garage, and what I did was I transformed my garage into the studio, green screen and things like that. And you'll see, if you guys subscribe to my channel, which is Get a Clue 777 on YouTube, or go over to my Get a Clue marketing show in Facebook, like the page so that you can get updates and things like that. But you also notice how I used the green screen. I had to get a banner for this in order to do live, because doing green screen live is kind of difficult, and the software that I have is not capable of doing that. And right now, it doesn't need to be too technical, okay? I don't want to scare you off by saying, oh, okay, we're going to do YouTube, Facebook Live, And I'm going to show you how to do green screens and stuff like that. And I don't want your mind to blow up, okay? So anyway, we're just going to keep it simple, right? That's one of the first things I learned in marketing class in 1986, and back in high school, and I was a junior at the time, actually. So one of the things that we learned is the KISS technique. Now that's keep it simple, stupid, okay? Some people say keep it simple, silly, whatever, dude. But yeah, that's one of the first things my teacher learned from me. In fact, I went back, after my first year of college in marketing, I was going after my marketing degree. And one of the first things I did was after the first semester, I went back to my marketing teacher back in high school, and I thanked him for giving me a college level education for the first year. Okay, actually, the second year and thereon was it was a lot more difficult, more advanced. But from what he taught me over the 2 years, I was able to ace those marketing tests and those exams and things like that, which was really cool. And that's a rarity. Not many people go back to their teachers and say, hey, you really helped me out with that. You really helped me, steer my career towards XYZ. It could be, I thought I wanted to be a physical trainer, a physical therapist in my sophomore year, until they told me how many years of schooling that I needed to have. Okay, I was like, what? 8 years of schooling after high school? I was like, no, I don't think so, dude. Excuse me. So anyway, so I wanted to be a physical therapist, and then they talked about, a 4-year language and stuff like that. I was like, man, I barely got through the first 2 years of Spanish. Actually, I took it for 1 year, and I passed with a D. And back then, they had cassette recorders that had a Spanish conversation going, and I had to write down what they were talking about. It was terrible. So anyway, I just got a message that my storage is almost full, so I'm going to have to cut this short. That's how you do how you divide it up, and this is how I do my show. So anyway, look, I got to go, and I got to change around my settings, and I'll talk to you soon. Remember, subscribe, and give me a comment, and like the videos, and give me some good times for you that you like to watch videos and live streaming. Anyway, this is David Deek from the Get a Clue Marketing Show. Stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you soon.